Welcome. Send your mother and father out the room. This is going to be disgraceful. But perhaps we'll learn something. Welcome. My name is Shiokara Halligan. I'm going to show you, or try to show you, how I would play Zompiercer. It's important to note, I play games for every gob. I play things easily. In my first time playing this game, I found what compelled me was how little the game guided you. It would offer broad spectrum advice, but there was no map, no real direction. And in order to get an on-screen prompt, you had to be more or less doing the right thing anyway. You will see what I mean. That's the hope anyways. And I found myself, through parts of this game, really wishing there was some sort of online guide, which was not forthcoming. The few people who had played the game to any real level of completion last did so around, well, 2 or 3 years ago, at which point, we're on a different version of the game. As such, they weren't much good to me. So I merely wish to update that, and maybe we'll have some fun along the way, who knows. And you might find out whether this game is right for you. I first found it by searching for boomer shooters, which it is definitely not. I just kept on scrolling and scrolling until I found something that truly puzzled me. Something that is both a zombie survival game and a train simulator. As to the depth of the train simulation, well, that remains to be seen. But it compelled me, and still does. Let's dive in, shall we? We're going to be starting a new game. Zombie amount, you only have the options of 0 or 100, so we're going to go with 100. We still want to actually play the game. I am slowing the zombies right down. I am reducing their health, I'm reducing the damage they do to me, and I'm keeping the loot abundance at 100. Certainly you can go to 800, but that's a bit much even for me. And then we will proceed. The year 2035. 9 months have passed since the first reports of the infection. The hazardous virus quickly spread between people, with residents of major cities being the most susceptible. The first wave of infected weren't particularly fast or intelligent, and the spread was slow, until the virus began to evolve. The lucky ones, who were immune to the virus, left the cities. Now they hide in the forests or establish small settlements in areas where they managed to recapture from the infected. I'm sorry. I'm still getting the hang of human language. Humanity suffered from a great collective depression, but the worst has yet to come. Food supplies and other basic necessities are starting to run out. Some survivors organized militias. These troops began to scavenge the ruined cities for food and machinery. This was dangerous but fruitful. Some of the troops quickly began trading resources, which allowed us, to begin rebuilding and improving the quality of life in the settlements. Working under a militia became a highly sought-after job for young people. They repaired the railways, and with this, the transportation and trading of resources began to help foster the growth of newly built settlements. A week ago, I got a job as an assistant driver in one of the leading survivor bases in our region. It seemed like life was improving, until this morning. Gunshots. Zombie sounds. What the hell? What's that sound? A siren? In a second, I gotta check my key bindings here. That's right. I altered the key bindings a little. What's that sound? A siren? First things first, I gotta get to the car. Never mind. I need my shoes, my backpack, and some kind of weapon. You notice I don't move very quickly. First things first, I'm switching off the siren. The only serviceable car has been crashed into a tree. I must find another way. Seems strange that I didn't know about the siren. Given it's inside my base. I have to stock up on provisions and try to get to the train through the warehouse part of the base. And that's as much of a hint as you get. Alright, but we are going to stock up quickly. You're going to see me running past some resources. Okay, it is E as a default to open drawers. And here we have a flashlight. You can click and drag things individually, but if you press F, you'll grab all of it. And this will become a common dance for you. Here we go. Biggity baseball bat. Things are looking up. Like I said, you're going to see me walk past some things. I'm having to prioritize. Grabbing pills. The controls, you can reset them anytime you like, fortunately. Oh, here's the thing. Wait. I think I missed these. Here we go. You have some shoes, which look to me like bowling shoes, which is why they don't increase your speed much. But trust me, you're going to want whatever you can get. And here we have a backpack. And I'll grab a piece of cloth. Here we have ammunition for an assault rifle. Utterly worthless. Here's the thing. You open your inventory as a default with tab. And you open up your gear as a separate button with G. So you'll notice that the shoes in the backpack I picked up, I don't actually have yet. So you have to click and drag those across. Or right mouse button, that also works. You may notice the backpack has a ZB on it, or I guess that's a ZB depending on who you ask. I thought that was like a clever reference to New Balance, but they twisted the logo so it was Zoo Balance or something like that. Turns out, it's actually just a reference to the name of the company you work for, which is again not something that's really mentioned much. Don't worry, I'll be coming back for some of these things. This place has a lot of bathrooms. More than that, I want you to take notice of just how many beds are in here. All of them are worthless, because they don't have a Koala brand mattress. I'm not paid by Koala, but I will shill for them. They're amazing. They're delivered, they're amusing. Oh, toilet paper. Now there's a valuable commodity. And we have some bullets for another gun I don't have. First aid kit, which will be valuable. And a note. Damn, this is my bow. Okay. Let's read the note. Matthew, stop taking my bow when I leave on duty. I locked it in the pantry and took the key with me. That would be this extra door here. Confirmed. Right, so I'll come back there once I find a key. This door though? I've looked worse. Before we go any further, let's actually equip our biggity baseball bat and our flashlight, or torch, depending on where you're from. And here's where we get to the combat. Fortunately, in addition to their shuffling steps, the zombies often randomly just cry out, so you'll generally know there's one nearby. Some of them will surprise you though. Now, you may have noticed that I did like a little sprint earlier. That's by pressing shift, you sprint. You cannot attack and sprint at the same time. And you see it drains your stamina quite quickly. I cannot jump in this game. You'll see when I press space, I will do a dash in whichever direction I'm moving in. Now, theoretically, this is going to be used as a combat mechanic. You know, you press back and spacebar at the same time, and you do sort of like a rudimentary dodge cancel, if you will. But I haven't perfected it as such. I'm probably going to trade damage with this guy. And like, main disclaimer here, I am bad at video games, but I stand by my settings because I need to get through this, and you'll sort of see how they stack things in favor against you, and you'll see why you don't want these guys having 500 health. Okay, that went actually fairly well. Okay, more zombies nearby. Good to know. I've already moved a little bit slow. And you think, well, where's the train? It's probably that way, right? But we need to do things in the right order. Now, supposedly there's a stealth system in this, where you crouch and you sneak up on guys. I've never tried it. Didn't work. They occasionally drop loot, and we have a bottle of water, which is valuable on many levels. Oh yes, this game has hunger, thirst, and fatigue mechanics. This is why, in spite of the fact that like the flashlight you have up here, you have to actually equip it for it to work. It's not like a default part of your inventory. And it switches on, perplexingly, with the L key. But you're gonna want that because you need to do this constant E and F, because it's E for open and F to grab all to loot crates. And you'll be doing that at such a rate of knots. Here's the thing, it doesn't really show up. I'll try and demonstrate it. You'll sort of see why you don't want the default flashlight, because especially when you're in pitch darkness, the flashlight does this thing where it dips down when you open a crate. And when you're in complete darkness, that's incredibly disorientating. Now, I'll just do a quick inventory check. You see I'm grabbing planks of wood and sheets of scrap metal. These are... get used to them. They're your tools of office. They are your lifeline. Okay, pills, sure. A grenade. Bullets. Drugs, ammunition, and grenades. Utterly worthless. The torch does not consume batteries, fortunately, at least not so far. There are some things that are not yet implemented, and believe me, we can be grateful for that. Between versions, they actually added a thing where some zombies could be playing dead, which surprised me the first time, and I've still lost track of... There we go. I'm used to it now, so it doesn't look that bad, I guess. But, like, oops. There's a lot of back and forth happening with the zombies. And it's only because I've got things set so low that I'm not almost dead by now. But fun to... you see that? I would have to slow-mo through it to be sure, but he was, like, on the back end of his swing. Here's the two main facts. The zombie has a greater reach than you, and moves at pretty much the same speed. And that works out about as well as you'd expect. Maybe I can throw a barrel at him. It did nothing. Ow. Oof. And you see, just when the game is losing you, it breaks out it breaks out a headshot like that. A solid developed quirky game, and then it just rocks you with one of the finest headshots you've seen in years. I apologize for the way it keeps on dipping the weapon whenever you loot anything. I can assure you it's... What? Heard more than one set of footsteps. Swing and a miss. Okay. Spinneroonie. Please yourself. Yep. He saw me over there. That's right, if zombies see you from a distance, they actually track you for quite a while. They'll follow you. Oh. That is always satisfying. Ooh. Okay, I'm fairly sure this one is dead. Yep. So this will give me a chance to talk about this one, because next time I see him, I'm not really going to go slow. You notice this zombie looks a little different. It's got these little horns here, and he's sort of wearing the tattered remains of a suit, and he's a little bit skinnier. This is what they call a broker zombie. A little bit of social commentary in there. The broker zombie doesn't shamble. It sprints right at you and has a powerful double melee attack. Now, if one of these gets you, especially in a corner, it's kind of game over, because they will clip straight through you. Now, I don't feel the need to go out of my way to demonstrate this, because I know it's going to happen to me sooner or later. Good, some cloth. Ah, you see? It says not empty, but if I check my backpack, I'm carrying 40 out of 40 kilograms. I'm carrying too much. So, I've got all I can, and I was only able to loot that much because I didn't grab any food or really supplies with me. I'm convinced this is the quickest and best way to do things. While I'm healing, I'll just grab some quick painkillers. Painkillers are good because they gradually restore your health over time. For the next 120 seconds, my health will tick up back to a maximum of 100. So that can be very handy in a tight spot. Oh, actually, this would be a good chance to demonstrate. We go up to where that zombie was. We look around. Oh. Got another military crate, but I can't use it yet. I don't think there's anyone here. But yeah, if you follow this path around, nice bit of visual storytelling. You see your end goal. This beautiful turn-of-the-century freight train. So it's kind of handy. You can wander straight towards that house, this warehouse here, although it's a little bit dangerous. But if you just amble around, you do eventually see where you need to go anyways. So I admire that. There's not just some sort of flashing waypoint saying, get to the train, get to the train. You know, there's a chance that even if you're wandering around, completely lost as I was, you eventually see it, just naturally. And I admire that. The day goes by, and that's kind of an issue. So you check the time using your watch with T. T for time. Ah, Only 1238. I'm doing just fine. This run is going relatively well. I've taken a bit of damage, but as you can see, thanks to the painkillers, I'm feeling fine. Ooh. There are more of them this way than I remember. I've heard there are troubles of more than one kind. Some come from ahead. Some come from behind. But I've bought a big bat. I'm all ready, you see. Now my troubles will have troubles with me. Now, that guitar riff you heard, first of all, scared the shit out of me the first time it played. But it means I leveled up. Wrong button. Now, you have stats. You have health. Self-explanatory. You upgrade your health, you have more health. You can take more hits. Stamina. That's the second bar here. It adds 10% to your stamina. So it means you can jog further, which, believe me, is not underrated, especially with some of the back and forth you have to do. Then we have stealth, which improves stealth by 10%. So it means you can sneak around zombies, theoretically. Then we have strength. Strength increases your carry weight by 20%, your melee damage, your flight speed, and your bow damage by 5% and reduces weapon recoil. Strength is shamelessly overpowered, and as such I'll be using it almost exclusively, and I hope it never changes. And as a consequence I can now loot more. Ooh! Dibs on the chips. Their threat range is larger than I remember. Good gravy. Alright. Ow. There we have it. Our beauty. Our bastion. Our safe spot and our chariot. How do we get aboard? We can't jump. Don't worry. Contextual button pressing is to the rescue. Yeah. Here's the other issue. If you walk too close to a surface, or if you get stuck near a surface, you just lower your weapon. And that's not an issue now, but when we start fighting zombies in tunnels, oh boy. Now, this train has a bit of fuel, and so you may be tempted just to start it up and haul ass out of here, but let me tell you that is a mistake. Let's drop a few items in this handy wall cabinet. Now this was perplexing to some people as well. Store this note in here because it's worthless. Store the ammunition in here because it's worthless. I don't need no grenades. I'll keep the toilet paper. And I'll keep the bottle of water. So you're aboard the train and then you think, well now what? Do I just leave? What happens? No. This train has a tiny, tiny workbench in it, which you're going to want to use. Now we get to, well, not exactly the meat and potatoes of the game, but let's call it the mustard and crackers of it. Step 1. Build a carpentry workbench. You notice I'm consuming resources and building it now. Now appears in this thing here where it can go into my backpack where it weighs a bizarrely small amount, but that's okay. There's not much you can do with it outside the train. You can't build it elsewhere. put it in that slot. Walk out onto these flatbeds. Now, I think the best thing to do is probably just to have like a line of workbenches along the back. So let's get our bench there. And there we go. See, it's all ghosty. And the only option is to remove. I can't use it. So what's up with that? Well, part 2. Again, with the game not holding your hand. So I'm attempting to do so instead, even if that's a bit lewd. Build a scrap hammer. Equip that. And you know what? Let's stop standing on ceremony and build the scrap wrench at the same time. Oh, and would you look at that? Because I didn't obey my thirst and ignored all the food items, I have been able to carry enough metal to already build the metal workbench. Sorry, that's a first for me. Might as well get that into the inventory as well. It's going to end up there. So now I have 2 ghost benches. Here's the thing. Equip the hammer. Now you have the option to build it. Slowly build it. Nope, wrong tool. Handy little prompt. Switch to the spanner. Time still ticks down. Better. Right, you now have your benches. Good stuff. Let's see, can I build a bed? I can. Now, I'm doing this even though it's pretty early in the day. But like I said earlier, all those beds, those dozens upon dozens of beds, I can't get a good night's sleep on that. Beyond worthless. I realize I might seem like I'm over-preparing. I can only assure you that when nighttime hits and fatigue hits, well, I'll say this for the game. It's not afraid of giving you a no-win scenario or a point of no return relatively early. Now, do I have enough left to build some storage? I do. I think I might then. Now we get to build that. This is what I feel like doing. Manual labor. And handy thing is, you can label your cupboards. So, there we go. Perfect. It says wood, but I'll put the wood and metal in there for now. Now, we need supplies. And what's the time? Oof. Best be quick about it. It's time to go back and get some of the things we ignored earlier. Oh, joy of joys. Yes, I forgot to mention this. Part 2 of what you'll be spending your time doing. This is not the biological apocalypse I envisioned. So how's your day been? Right. I resent this so much I don't even feel like making a Gotwood joke. Okay, just one. Oop. There's always one more. Right, let's finally start looting this kitchen. I think these pans would be good, but they're not. Yep, nothing. Good. Also nothing. Okay. Interesting. Ha ha ha! Okay, good. I have this sneaking feeling that if you don't grab it the first time, it disappears. Nothing like a refrigerated bag of crisps, that's for sure. Oh, and a refrigerated tin of beans. Good. I mean, I store my beans in the fridge. I don't know about you. It's not weird. Ah, some cloth. Always with a rather lovely toweling pattern. God, did all the loot disappear from here as well? Empty, empty. Energy drinks, tinned tuna. You know what? I'll grab the scrap dagger just in case. Supposedly it's for stealth attacks, but well, you've seen how those go. Energy drinks, energy drinks. I could have sworn there was more stuff in here, or different stuff. Ah, you see that. The sun is starting to go down. You'll know it when it happens. I may as well do a little bit while I'm here. Oh, what's this you say? Oh, metal chairs. Well, I can't assemble that. No, wrong. More disassembly. I'm actually going to let the sun go down just so we can see just how dark it gets. You'll be grateful for the odd patches of fire, that's for sure. The zombies have no trouble seeing in the dark. That's not a dumpster. But, I mean, I'm hardly going to get in someone's case for language barrier? I feel like something just happened on an internet level, but I'm not aware of it. But, if that was someone subscribing, thank you for subscribing. Brace yourself. Oh, something I forgot to do. I've been searching crates, and that's great and all. but there are some parts you can only get from cars. Masterful demonstration. Here we go. Mechanical parts and electrical parts. Sometimes the zombies will make a noise like they've seen you when they haven't. Don't panic. Wait! Footsteps! They did see me! How? And from where? Now you can use the hammer as a weapon, but not necessarily. Oh, I see. Oh, I bet someone wishes they had better pathfinding. The hammer is not great. Keep in mind I have upgraded strength. But you can use it. But if you look at the hotbar I have going here, you'll see that all things degrade. My flashlight doesn't, mercifully, but everything else eventually breaks. And make no mistake, you'll have to build new ones, or use repair kits. We'll get to those later, but I don't think you want to use repair kits. Oh, there's one last thing I'll see if I can get. See? How nice is that fire? Ah, so relaxing, so reassuring. Oof. Wow, got it in one. A key. And some cash. Cold hard cash. Doesn't matter. Ooh, dibs on the candy bars. MD. Well, I gotta give whoever looted this place some credit. I was about to say that, but they just left 17 bullets behind. We're gonna go back for one last thing. Because I got that key, you see. Oh, I'm getting tired. Can you guys still see anything? It's really dark. Ah, here we go. Eccentricity Junction. I got the key, right? Can't unlock the cupboard. Open inventory. Take key. Put key in hotbar. Select key on hotbar. There you go. Second. What do we have here? Some more tinned tuna. Some more beans. Pills. Tuna. Pills. Oh! And a military grade chest. Which contains some drugs. Some ammo. Are you seeing the way it dips when you're in the dark with the flashlight? Some black plastic. And the longbow. The absolute king shit of this game. Unrivaled, even late game. You'll sort of see what I'm getting at. It says 0 of 0. Put the arrows in your inventory. But it still doesn't count you as having an arrow until. You equip it, and then you press the R to reload button. And now we have a bow and arrow. Ho ho ho. Now that I can see shit. So yeah. It's Doom 3 rules, everyone. Old Doom 3 rules. See without the flashlight? And it's not even as dark as it's going to get yet. We still have a little bit of light left. But I am tired, so. More of them that way. That's a tomorrow problem. You see, she can't see it properly. You need contextual button prompts, so sometimes you can't even see your train to get into it. Now you're aboard. What are we looking at here? There we are. Although, I believe, I could have this wrong. Aboard the train, there's actually some lights that won't drain your train's energy. Let's see here. There's a light there. Very nice. Should have used that earlier. A light inside the cabin, and one that blasts back over your carriages. Doesn't really mean anything once you build walls, but for now, it's quite welcome. And now, we sleep. Yes, 12 hours. That's a very normal human amount of sleep to get. Okay, it's a brand new day, and I am starving and thirsty. So, let's address both of these issues real quick. Let's see what we have in our inventory. Oh, a bottle of water. Very good. You right-click to use things. Better. Excuse me. And let's see what we have to eat around here. Oh, we have a tin of beans. A tin of beans is pretty good. You'll see it also lowers your thirst a little bit, so that's a bit handy, because your thirst will stack up quicker than anything else. So having something that lowers your hunger and your thirst is pretty valuable. Let's see. Crunchy. Probably should open the can first. Anyways. We have a bunch of supplies now. So, let's see if I can build a second. Oops. Yep. I can build one of those. Good. Someone in chat just said, don't knock it. It's got its own key. For this exact moment, you are my favorite. Ah, yes. Somehow I always forget. Job well done. Brilliant. We have a dangerous adventure ahead of us, or a few of them really. What I need is more leather and cloth. I'll keep the candy bar. I'm acquiring quite a lot of ammo here for all the good it does me. Useless money. Tuna, not really into it. Keeping every bottle of water though. You press shift to move things, and then you can decide how many you want to move. Again, this is not told. At least, well, I can't see it. Maybe it is being told. Maybe I just can't see anything. We have a dangerous mission ahead of us and a long day, so I'd best get to it. Now, you can only build things when you're on board the base, so generally, don't carry all of your scraps with you. You ain't building nothing when you ain't actually on the train, so... guess I'll put the plastic in there as well. And stealth. You know what? I'm gonna call their bluff. I'm gonna try the stealth strike for 10 times damage at some stage today. Wish me luck. All right. It's all a matter of which dangerous thing I want to do first. If things go really well, then the other one will get way easier. Oh god, some of them wear armor. Right, so I have a gas station over here. It's a convenience store. And have a pile of cars this way. Well, I really want electronic and mechanical parts. And I still haven't found any leather, which I really would like. Don't need, but would like. Also, your eyes do not deceive you. These red barrels explode, but I have nothing to make them do so. So they're just here to taunt me. Oh, here's a fun trick. Zombies are actually relatively easy to herd. Come here, Bubba. You too. Over here, handsome. Now, this isn't the best demonstration, but if you get real close, they'll generally pathfind around things that are on fire. Ha 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 ha! It didn't work. Conga, conga, conga. This way, you clumsy oafs. There we go. Ha ha ha! And hey presto, Zombarbecue. So if you've got a fire nearby and you're not really feeling like exchanging damage, a few quick steps will help you out. Problem is, you get exactly no XP for killing zombies this way. Again though, for all the pathfinding, for all the clipping issues, they have put incredible effort into the zombies being blackened and charred. They have special graphics and textures just for that. Commendable. Between that and the headshots, I mean, I can't really even call it misplaced effort. Empty. Ah, ambulance. There's always something good in an ambulance. You know what? Nothing in the front. I expected that. Empty plastic bottles. You know what? I'll take empty plastic bottles. Wow. Maybe I should have turned the loot up. Anyways, I'm just going to very quickly take some painkillers. Just cause I don't remember what's on this bridge. Ooh, now's my chance. Alright. 10 times damage with the stealth kill. I am sneaky. Nope. Can't get to him. Can't get to him. Well, there we go. I have a little stealth bar, that's good. It didn't do shit. It didn't do shit. That was worthless. That was horrible. Goddamn son of a bitch. Yeah, no. Leave that as a warning for the next person who is dumb enough to use the dagger. Fortunately, because I had painkillers on board, I don't feel a thing. I prefer aspirin myself. Paracetamol's good and all, but aspirin's rough on the stomach, paracetamol's rough on the liver. And, well, I know which one I punish with more regularity. There you see? Bat in action. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. In those matted woods where birds forget to sing, but silent bats on dozy fuckwit swing. Not seeing some hit detection issues. What is that smell? It's like rancid pork. Bad bacon. Zombie cop. Well, time for some guilt-free cop killing. You may be armored, but you're way slower. Is there any other kind? My bat's seen better days, though, my god. Just a minute. No, we got shamblers, that's fine. Ho ho ho! I just leveled up again. Yep, it's going into strength. I think it's a nice touch that strength affects the draw strength of your bow. Yeah! Hmm. Ah. Now, you can sometimes note it with posture. You see, we've got one shambling guy here. And one guy with a different shape. That's the one I pointed out earlier. That's the broker zombie. Now, we don't want to get them in melee combat, so we are going to switch to the bow. And hopefully, you don't even have to be crouched for this. If you can land a good shot from a distance, you got these guys. It's a little harder. If you got to allow for drop-off. If you got him, you got him. Ha! Hey presto, crisis fucking averted. And the best thing is, there's a 90% chance your arrow will survive. Money? I don't care. Ah. It seems I am once again already thirsty. No worries. I'm not going to try and deny my thirst here. Better. Oh, and you may notice that whenever I drink a bottle of water, I get more plastic. That is going to prove invaluable. Because plastic is not so naturally occurring. Here's a fun thing. When you heal, you can move when you heal, but if you leave your backpack open, you are frozen to the spot while you heal. So you need to be careful. Nothing. That would be a good item is some binoculars. Oh Jesus. We got an armored zombie and a fast one. Oh, and my eyes don't deceive me. Okay, what we're looking at here, this one on the far left, you'll get a good look at them in a bit. They are my absolute least favorite zombie. They are called the Spittoon. They are an infected nurse. They spit out a lump which explodes into poisonous gas. The gas is incredibly poisonous to you, but heals other zombies. After launching their gas ball, they run away and serpentine, all the while giving off healing vibes to anything they run past while healing themselves. Of all the zombies, of all the brute zombies, of all the flame-spitting zombies, of all the boss zombies, there is nothing I have come to hate more than the Spittoon. And you'll see why. The developer loves them far, far too much. And they don't make an alert sound. And they don't alert to your presence unless they see you, so they get hidden around corners. More on that later. Anyways. The best thing I can possibly do is try and take all of them out. Now I realize you want a better look at the Spittoon. I don't want to fight the Spittoon, so I'm going to try and get it from a distance. Yep. It has to get certain distance towards me before it can launch its thing. Oh, I did it anyways. Damn it. Ah! Ah! This is not going well. This is less than ideal. Give me my arrows back. Whew. Ah. Okay. Got my arrows. That's gonna take a moment. Heals. So yes, that's the Spittoon. Whew, I went through way more arrows than I'd like on that armored dude. Two runners and a shambler. Oh, I need to make this work. If I fuck this up, I have no choice but to just try running, because I cannot melee these dudes. Well, that's part of the problem solved, but I think that it broke the arrow. Black arrow, fly true. Ha! I love it! I'm sure glad I made this. Seriously. I'm sure glad I made this journey. What with all the valuable looting I've gotten to do. Oh god, this better not break the bat. Clang. Clang. Whew. Still, it's a nice day for it. Oh shit. I'd forgotten how many broker zombies they put early game. Fuck. Alright, 1 hour left. I better make it exceptional. Fuck! Maybe I can stop running on Tuesday. Nope. Time for a Red Bull. I resent Red Bull. I think it's one of the inferior energy drinks, and I hate that in the energy drink wars, Red Bull, V, and Monster were the ones that won. We had things like Professor Head's Brain Tonic. We had things like Flame. We had Lipovitan-V and Lift Plus. And we stuck with Red Bull. But for right this moment, I'm actually incredibly grateful for the Red Bull. In addition to dealing with your thirst, it gradually restores your stamina. Well, it increases it, restores it quicker. There's no way he's still following me. Like it's one of those, they don't chase you for a mile, they don't chase you things. I realize it seems like an odd reaction, but I can't stress enough. Once those things get close to you, they clip through your body. And your swings will do nothing. Alright. Alright. Ain't you a breath of fresh air? Alright, how much am I carrying? Oh, I got a stack of room. That hunting expedition along the cars, kind of a bust. But it's out of the way now. Now we're talking. We got first aid kits, bottles of water, potatoes. You know what, fuck it, why not? Dibs on the candy bars. Dibs on the chips. Here's the thing, these crisps come in a red bag. I don't know what they're like for humans, but where I come from, a red bag of crisps implies... it implies like chili flavor or ketchup flavor, but I get the impression it's regional. It's nice of you to say so. Not in here. I get the feeling it's behind door number 1. Bingo! I'm not sure what the separation between candy bars and crisps are in this game. It's all just sort of... Oh boy, you know what this means. Ooh, some ammunition. A chilled candy bar. Nothing in the stove. Wow. I could have sworn this place used to have more stuff in it. Well, whatever. How much time do we have left in the day? Not that much. The hell? How did I miss that guy? Well, my back can't handle it right now, so I ain't even up for that. Huh. How did I miss you guys? Oh boy. Sorry, that is never not fun. This part isn't fun. Oh! And that was actually okay loot as well. You want to start with about 910 grams of flour. Just crumble that up first. Put it in the largest bowl you have. Mix it with some amount of salt. Whatever you think is the correct amount. In a separate bowl, you want to get together about a generous tablespoon of sugar. White or brown, doesn't matter. The important thing is that you use fresh yeast. Now this looks a bit like clay and is available from any really good delicatessen. It doesn't smell great, but you'll have to trust me. Mash it together. Overloaded. Yeah, that van's burning a good old time. I swear I can hear it from here. Must have been transporting corn chips or something, I don't know. How's the time? Oof. Alright, keep doing your thing. Okay. What can I put in here? Put the potatoes in here. Don't need those. Right. The rest of it I'm gonna keep handy. At least a little bit. I have found no leather. That's actually a really bad run, but it's reassuring. I thought the loot was the same each time, and apparently I'm incredibly wrong about this. Grab all the plastic, all the mechanical parts, and let's see what we can build. There's a lot of stuff that's going to confuse you, like gramophones, cartridge loading presses, soldering irons. Well, it's all just made from stuff that you find around the world. So with wood, metal, plastic, and some electric parts, I have a soldering iron. Don't have to build that a second time, fortunately, because that's an important part in building other table. I need to build a okay. I must be going past it. Engineer workbench. There we are. Yep, don't have enough wood. That's why I stored some earlier. So yes, the first half of this game is mostly about building workbenches. Build a workbench. Build another workbench. Build a third workbench. But trust me, it'll be worth it. Now, do I use a wrench or a hammer to build this? Wrench it is. In terms of whether you can win this game or not, well, so far there's just the final level. A lot hasn't been implemented, I'll tell you that much. There are 7 locations that we will travel to. If you go beyond the 7th, then you just begin New Game Plus, which is quite satisfying because you get all your things back. Oh, hungry apparently. Well, I can't eat. Can't eat on an empty stomach. Can't sleep on it or something. Yum, 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 yum. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. The engineer workbench allows you to build other things again, including... I need more plastic. Well, you drink a bottle of water, and hey presto, you have enough plastic. I forget what I'm doing with that, sadly. Oh god. Oh, that was it. That was it. I know what I'm doing now. I need to build a... Oh, I need more plastic. I need heating coils as well. I wonder if I can build the heating coils. Nope. I need so much plastic. I need so much plastic. But in the meantime... Tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to modify my baseball bat. And it says I don't have it. Just means I have to drag it into my inventory. There we go. Future bat. And also arrows. It takes wood, it takes metal, but you get to build new ones if all your other ones break. See that? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be extra cheeky here. Get more wood. And I'm just going to build so many arrows. Well, the good news regarding whether this game will get abandoned or continued, I was worried it had already been abandoned, honestly, because I saw so few videos on it. But it's been getting updated even throughout this month. The guy's still chipping away at it, bless him. No, that's not wood. Right, so now I'm on a quest for plastic. Joy. Sun's going down, I may as well sleep. But I have an improved bat, so that feels good. Gonna get up bright and early. Oh god, what is the time anyways? 6:50. That's practically asleep in. Oop, hungry again. Here we go. I'm gonna eat the beans. Oh. Oh, no. Oh. Still crunchy. I'm just grateful they have them here. I think it's time... I'm gonna just get the bow ready. Right. I want to say, I think whoever made this game is something of an optimist. And when we're finding tins of tuna, cans of beans, I don't care if it's ham or barbecue sauce, either way I'm grateful. Ooh, or even tomato sauce would be acceptable. You improved bat. Did nothing. Clang. I don't know what the sweet spot is. I realized I was swinging fairly frantically, but I could have sworn I was aiming at his face and hitting it. Anyways, I've leveled up. You gotta believe it's gone into strength. Now I can carry 52 kilograms. But yeah, there's like cans of beans, cans of tuna, cans of Red Bull, not even the zombies want it, and bags of crisps. Like, I don't know what flavor they are. I don't know what a red bag means to you people, but I think we've all been through a food crisis recently enough. We know that if this ever happens, if there's ever any kind of apocalypse, zombie or otherwise, we're being left with imitation vegan turkey slices, cans of creamed corn. Ooh. Boy, oh boy, do I sure hope there's no zombies down here. That sure would be shitty. Ah, you see, there's a device that allows you to mount your flashlight on you. I was really hoping for that. But you'll see when I loot, it constantly dips my flashlight, and I can't use a weapon. It's a little obnoxious. What sort of candy bar is that anyways? I mean, it looks a little bit like a Mars, but it looks more like something else. Like, what is that? Is that a Lion bar? Ooh. Yeah, all of that. What I really need is some plastic. Some bottles of water. Oh, that's a lot of bottles of water. Someone gonna think they're clever. I guess you could see it as a pink bag, which, again, to goblins means salt and vinegar. But I understand blue is salt and vinegar for humans. Well, blue is actually our plain color. Like, it's original flavored. Yeah, the flashlight clips if you get close to the door, so if you thought it was obnoxious enough, whoop, you also get that. Again, so I'm talking about when I'm talking about, like, misplaced. Very funny. Misplaced effort. I mean, I appreciate the effort they've made, but I don't know. Are you guys getting sick of the fucking flashing light show? Because it does nothing for me. I guess that was worth it. I'm more excited about the amount of plastic I managed to collect, if I'm honest. Here's the other problem. There are some items that are incredibly useful that are utterly randomized. Like, you can get a lot of leather, or you can get none. You can get gasoline cans, which are incredibly useful for topping up your train, or you can get none. I could have sworn I killed that guy. Well, back at it. Threat range. Alright, the good news is we are just about done here. I think I've grabbed all I can. I think. Oh, perfect. I'm thirsty. I'd like to think, excuse me, just about done here. Oh, no, got more metal chairs. I'm gonna grab a quick heal, just cause. I think I grabbed all the metal that way, so I'm not going back. I'm going to do one last thing, and it's going to strike you guys as very, very strange, but you're going to have to trust me. I can already tell I've made a mistake. One moment. Put the money in there. The ammo. The grenade. Oop. And the cloth. Why not? This is where I can appreciate people who go for the stamina build, because you are going to spend an uncomfortable amount of time in this game running back and forth because you forgot something. Keep in mind, I only know how to do this because I've been through this before. Oh, you can trust this goblin. Don't worry about trusting a goblin. If there's any goblin you're ever going to trust for the rest of your life, it may as well be me. Alright, time to hit the beach. Just gonna... Ugh, Red Bull, I hate it. I never went back for that guy. Well. I'm going somewhere with this. I'm not going somewhere with this. am going to go back for that guy, though. It's a matter of pride at this point. Also, I hate him. Where did he give up, I wonder? Did he go back to his starting position? I remember you. I take satisfaction in that shot. May as well keep eating. Oh yes, you may notice I'm now carrying 12 kilograms of sand. Trust me, it's worth it. Oh. Man, he really followed me quite a long way. That's a spittoon. That's as the sound a spittoon makes. Motherfuckers. Motherfuckers, they put a spittoon here. I could have sworn there was more loot around here. What is that? That's a spittoon again. They're already using them so much. So much. They're deliberately getting a place I can't get to them first. Like, I literally have to get spotted by the spittoon to do this bit. See? Sneak attack. Oh! This is dirty. This is so dirty. And they serpentine, and they're fast, and they heal themselves. Ooh. Oh, how I hate them. This is how long the coughing lasts. Yeah. Now, here's the acme of misplaced effort. I can't get to that city. Every single tree you see before you, this road, this path, this grass, these flowers, they're all actually rendered. They're all pre-rendered and good to go. That's why I'm running this game on the medium settings. You can walk so far in that direction. You can walk for 20 in-game minutes and hit nothing. But, don't worry, I believe that's just pre-planning, honestly. There will eventually, supposedly, be more side quests, possibly even NPCs, and the really exciting thing is this game may allow for multiplayer, which I think will add another dimension to it. You can already see plans for this. I know I've been flicking through the menus on the train relatively quickly, but there's options for like bunk beds and things like that. They obviously have other players or other people in mind. Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of jogging back and forth for this. But the good news is I think I've basically taken everything I possibly can from this place. I have no gas canisters, so I can't do anything at the gas station. I wish I could say it's just smooth sailing onto the next level, but it's not quite that simple. It is close, though. Alright, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Once my stamina recovers. You can also go quite far that way, but there is nothing to be seen there. Interesting. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. I'll just get that out of my inventory. I'm gonna be barehanded. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna shift this sand first. I don't need to be carrying that with me everywhere. Now, you can build cupboards in the game, but the handy thing is, if you can just drag something from your inventory until it turns into... Is it gonna do it? If I look down more. Drag something from your inventory until it turns into a solid object on the ground. You can just store it on the ground. No worries. You just leave a tin of beans there. And that has no real weight value. So if you don't want to, if you can handle just having things lying around, you don't want to keep on building storage cupboards, you can just do that. And believe me, it'll be tempting, because the amount of back and forth between storage you'll have to do is not great. But now, we're finally ready. We have everything we need. We've taken all we can from this place. So, things in order. Engine on. We're going in forward. We'll just get the thrust up. Full thrust. Brakes are deactivated and away we go. Get wrecked! You get wrecked too. A clang, clang, clang went the trolley. A ding, ding, ding went the bell. A zing, zing, zing went my heartstrings. From the moment I saw you, I fell. But it's not as simple as that, sadly. There's genuine physics. Make sure to always switch the engine off. Because you won't necessarily see it. But there is one more place before we leave this level to explore. And the game doesn't tell you about things like this. That's one of the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing right now, so that you can know. I think other people have explained this, but it was longer ago than I'm doing it now. You gotta just have genuinely sharp eyes. You notice there's this little path here. And I think that's one of the things that has got me hooked so much on this strange little game, is the sense of exploration. Seeing a forest or seeing a path and just wondering what goes down there. And then calculating the risk of reward should you do so. Excuse me a second. Nothing wrong with more plastic. Ugh. Gosh, I'm thirsty. Yep. Don't leave your equipment open, otherwise it will freeze you in your path. Now, eventually, there's going to be deer hunting and animal hunting for food in this game, so that's exciting. Oh, now I'm hungry as well. Good heavens. Yum. I sure don't get sick of potato crisps. It's true, I don't. Ah, isn't it beautiful with the birds and the beautiful scenery? Once you're indoors, your arrow's not going to do you much good. If you encounter one of those running guys indoors, just... Oh. Oh boy, here we go. I'd forgotten about this. These are fancy chairs, so they give you wood and cloth. Nothing. This would be good training for when I eventually play Thief Simulator as well. Or possibly just Thief, I could do either. How much am I carrying? Oh, stacks of room. Okay, I don't hear anything, but the game is tricky like that. Like zombies, like make a default noise unless they want to jump scare you. Then suddenly they can be the quietest house. Ha! Ha! Nope. Nothing. More ammo. Wish I had anything to do with it. More ammo. Oh boy. There's only one more place for me to go. I have to tell you, I'm not really into this idea. Oh boy, here we go. Yes, that thing where the light dips every time I open a crate. That's not getting old at all. Ah! If I do it from far enough away, it's fine. Oh boy. Yes, that's what a survivalist has. A record. Oh, and here we go. We're getting somewhere. These are the fancy metal chairs. They have leather on them. So when you disassemble them, which I'm going to have to do in the dark, see, yeah, this is fun. You get leather. I realize I'm a bit leather obsessed. You will see why. You really will see why. It all makes sense, I promise you. You have to lock onto the thing first, switch items. I can't remember if there's anything actually good in there. But there's no way that guy isn't waking up. What do we think? Do I go in there swing blind? I'm gonna do it. This is the greatest plan. I can't see anything. I'm hitting a wall. This is a horrible idea. Oh god. Oh god, I'm going to die. I could be facing a wall right now. This is a horrible, horrible idea. I'm going to have to load a save. This is terrible. Oh, did I get him? Oh, that was dumb. Why did I do that? Anyways, something to make a flashlight on is a good idea. A note. What does the note say? Yesterday I was returning from the guy's base by the usual path and were suddenly attacked by a zombie. Damn it. They hadn't wandered into the forest for so long, and I completely relaxed. The wounds are not serious, but I feel terrible, so for now I have to lock myself in a cage for the night so as not to harm anyone else. If you are reading this, then most likely I am already dead. Please bury me in the forest, which has become my home since the beginning of all this horror. I am going to bury you in a long drop, you troublemaking piece of shit. You almost killed me, and the only loot in this room is a note? I'm going to bury you in a lunchbox. That was horrible. That was really genuinely terrible. Alright, getting health back. Now, I think we're done. Oh, it's so good to be outside and in the sunlight. Props to showing the burning city as well. No idea what set it on fire, but... oh, for God's sakes. Have a Red Bull. Da 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 da. So I mean that's part of the stamina argument. Okay, back aboard the train. Deactivate the brakes and away we go. Well, a bit noisy in this part. Runaway train, running right off the track. Runaway train, running right off the track. And this is what takes us between levels. Now here, you can actually do some building of your train while it's on the move. We have longer journeys to worry about, and we're nearly done here. So what I'm actually going to do is, I've been meaning to do this for a while, but a good human friend of mine, a writer actually, by the name of George, has provided me with some miniature samples of whiskey to try, which I've been meaning to do so for some time, and he wanted to get my thoughts recorded, so I'm going to do that now if you don't mind. Fine thing to do while travelling in a open-air freight train carriage. So yes, Smokehead. Islay Single Malt Scotch Whisky, distilled and bottled in Scotland by Ian MacLeod. That's lovely. They are called Smokehead for a reason. It's lovely and sweet. But yeah, it's smoky, but it's got a nice little sweet aftertaste. I'm very fond of that. I need to find more. This much I know. Oh. Ah, it's beautiful, isn't it? I don't know what sort of countryside it reminds me of. I honestly don't. Here we have Smokehead High Voltage. I wonder what makes that different. Maybe there's some tasting notes. 58% by volume. Well, okay. Excited about this. Mmm. Well, that one's lovely. I guess they're all going to be lovely, but that one's got a heat that travels up through your nose, but a smoothness on the tongue. And finally we have Smokehead Rum Rebel, which is matured in rum barrels. That's kind of cool. %, so this should be a bit gentler. It is gentle. That's the sweetest of the three. Probably my favorite, honestly. A lovely, sweet, lilting aftertaste. No, those are all absolute winners. Thank you very much for that, George. I appreciate it. I'll have to track some more down sometime. God, I'm glad I took this journey. Because, I mean, the train takes you between levels, but it can happen at any time of day. Last time I took this journey, it was in the dark of the night. This is much nicer. Yep, we're gonna have to stop relatively soon. Can't get in that way. But there's something about just fiddling with all the controls and having to actually physically go between levels. I find it exhilarating. And they're just getting started. They've put down the key locations, but soon there'll be all sorts of things in these locations. I'm putting a lot of faith in them, I realize. That is not much fuel. This thing got a horn? Brilliant. Oh, it's got a spotlight I can activate. I should probably do that. Ahead is a small fishing village. I hope the zombies have not yet managed to get to it. Well, doesn't that place just look full of potential? Oh, I already see blue metal barrels. We're in for a good time. And we are done here for now. It's time, I think, to eat one nice bag of crisps. Because that's what you should eat before bed, always. Oh. Yeah, it's good stuff. And now, I will leave you. And it just occurs to me, maybe, just maybe, I should save my game. Just a thought. We're going to start a brand new day at the fishing village when I next see you. And, well, there'll be some things I think we'll all approve of. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I know I did. I'll just save my game real quick. Is that the new save button? These are old ones. Ah, there we go. Brilliant. A whole new town full of all new possibilities, and I think you're really, really going to like some of the things we find here, and I'm going to absolutely hate some of the things we find here, but that'll be part of the enjoyment. Until next time. I'm not going to sign off straight away. I understand how streams work, but this is where I'm going to leave the game for now. I'm going to very quickly answer a few questions I've seen. A pole line would be great. And in terms of things at the sides of the tracks, you will be glad to know that you can actually add things to your train later on that will damage zombies that touch it. This hasn't been relevant so far, but I've no doubt it eventually will be. So far, zombies haven't been attacking my train, but, well, it's only a matter of time. And yes, you can build cupboards and ovens, but you can't dismantle them. Not at all fair. Okay, I hope you've all had a lovely time. I know I have. I'm going to be finishing things off, just letting things tail off. Thank you for joining me. I wasn't sure about this, but I hope it was entertaining, and I hope that people will learn something from the playthrough I've done. I didn't explain everything that I meant to, but I'm hoping that any questions people have, I'll be able to address next time when I see you when we take on the fishing village. Thank you for joining me. My beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.